Hey guys, welcome to today's live. I'm so excited to get started. I am your makeup artist Resham and I am from MyGlamm, and today I am going to be showing you guys a virtual date night look which is super easy to achieve, and I am going to show you guys with the products that I'm going to be using in this live. All the products in this live and all products in lifestyle stores and on their website are 15% off from the whole MyGlamm range for the next 24 hours. Actually, it's more than 24 hours. It starts today and it ends on the 23rd. Hi everyone. Hi, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I hope you guys are excited for this lifestyle session with MyGlamm. Hi everyone. So if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. I would love to answer them. So I am gonna get started with showing you guys the products I'm gonna use. So for me, what I really like to focus on is adding a lot of definition back into your face, because when you're over video call or taking pictures and stuff, a lot of it gets really flattened out because you're going from like 3D to 2D. So what you really want to do is add in all of that definition back. So I'm going to focus a lot on adding color back into the skin and defining all of the and like enhancing your features. So the first product I'm going to use is our Chisel It palette. This is in the shade Face Value, and it comes with a contour, a blush, and a highlighter, which makes it super easy to like do your whole face and make it look really presentable with just a little bit of product. I have already done my base a little bit. Again, all of these, social platforms, they have filters already added to them, so you don't have to do a lot of base, but I like to just fix my under eyes, make them look a little bit more even so that I have a nice canvas to start with. So I'm going to use this contour, blush, and highlight, and then I'm going to use this Manish Malhotra 9-in-1 palette. This is in the shade Reverie, and I really like it because you have like this neutral line, and then you have this like darker smoky line where you can do like grays and nice smoky, and then you have like this really playful pink purple vibe, which I really like as well. So you can go for a lot of looks with this color. You can stick to the neutrals, which is like really easy, very safe zone where everybody likes to live, and then a nice dark smoky for the nighttime if you wanted to enhance anything. And then I love the colors in the bottom. The next thing I will be using is to define my lash line. I'm going to be using the Jet Set Eyes. This is in the shade Brown just because I like it. I like to keep it a little bit more natural. Just want to define my lash line, and it will make it look like I have a fuller lash line, and it will just define my eyes a little bit. So that is my next product. And then the last product I'm going to use is this Lit Satin Matte Lipstick. This is in the shade Two Broke Girls. It's just a really nice like pinky, neutrally nude that everybody likes to wear every day. It's just like, super simple, doesn't go outside the comfort zone again, and just like makes you look like it's kind of like your lip color, but just enhances it a little bit, which is what I'm going for. So I am going to get started with this look. Again, if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. I would love to answer them. I'm looking at the questions. The packaging, yes, I love the packaging. The shades, I will go through the shades again, but I did already mention them. I'm sorry I don't see your question. Surprise Tree, I don't see your question. If you want to put them in the comments again, I will answer it. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Again, my first product, Chisel It palette, and this is in the shade Face Value. I'm going to go in with the contour first. Again, I just want to add that definition back into my skin. So I like to start right in the hollows of my cheeks. If you guys don't know how to find this, it's super simple. You just like start at your jawline, you'll feel the bone, and then when there's kind of a hollow, you'll really be able to feel it. That's the perfect place to place your contour. I feel like a lot of people always ask me where is the perfect place to put the contour, because it's like really hard to find. So if you want it to look really natural and just give you that really nice definition, you want to find the hollow that is naturally in your face structure, and that's where you want to place most of the product, and then you want to start to blend that out that way. So I'm just tapping it in there, and then I'm focusing most of the product in that hollow right in the back, because again that's just going to cut that out and chisel up my face, which is why it's called the Chisel It palette. So again, I'm just putting most of the product back here, and then once there's like a little bit less product on my brush, I'm just gonna start blending it forward and upward. You don't really want to go downwards, because then that's not going to give you the illusion that you're looking for. And then you just kind of want to keep blending until it nicely like meshes with the rest of your skin and doesn't have any harsh lines, and it looks really nice and airbrushed, and there's like kind of no start and finish to it. And you can kind of just keep building that up until you're happy with it. You can go really light with it. You can keep going until you have a really harsh definition. And if you really wanted more definition, you could go in with a lighter shade on the bottom and just kind of carve that out, and that way you'll get a harsher, more chiseled cheekbone. Okay, so now I'm going to take the same thing on my jawline. I kind of just like to look up a little bit, because then it will give me a sharper area of where to put it, and this way I can focus it right on that line. That way I'll get like a little bit more of a chiseled finish. Again, I'm just going to keep building it up and blending it so that you can't see lines. You don't want to be able to see any lines, especially on camera. You know, someone could be screenshotting that, and then you'll have all these streaks over your face. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and blended. The best way to do this is to make sure that you are going in with a little bit of product at a time, and then just keep building up, because it's going to be so hard to remove that product. 99 Uni Shop, I don't know what question you asked, but I will definitely go back through the questions at the end if I missed any. Thanks for saying I'm pretty, but I just like to use makeup to enhance my features a little bit. Again, it's so optional, and it totally depends on preference, what you're into, but you can keep it super natural and just use it to enhance your beauty a little bit. Again, you totally don't need to. I'll go a little slower as well. So again, now you can see kind of the sides a little bit more chiseled out than this side. The side looks a lot more rounder, so I'm going to go in and balance that out. So first I'm going to go into the jawline, and look, when I look up, you don't want to be able to see any lines. You want to make sure that you're blending that down your neck as well. Hi Ajay, hi. I don't really see any questions about makeup, which is why I'm not really answering too many of them. I'm just trying to balance this out. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, that both sides are also really even, and that you're starting in the same area, which is again why I suggest just like kind of feeling out your structure right before you start. By the way, I have sanitized my hands before I started, because I am touching my face a lot, so make sure that before you're doing your makeup, that your hands are super clean. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm just going to add a little bit of color so it just all balances out. Next thing I'm going to do is use the blush. Again, I just want to add color back into my skin. I used a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes earlier. I left the rest of my skin pretty bare. I don't mind leaving it a little bit natural. So I'm going to go in with that blush, and I'm going to add a little bit of rosiness to the apples of my cheeks. And again, as you can see, that's just going to add a little bit of color, make your skin look really healthy and youthful. It's going to just give you that really nice blush to your skin. Also on a date, don't you want to look like you're blushing? So I'm just going to use my fingers. If you guys go overboard, I like to use my fingers and go over the edges. So again, there should be no harsh lines. There should be no like harsh stops between all of your makeup. So that is what I'm doing. And again, you'll just get this like really nice natural flush to your skin. I'm going to do the same on this other side. And this way, well, there's so much more light coming in from this side, but you can see this like not as glowy, but it's just like giving you this really nice natural looking skin. And then the last product is the highlighter. It is actually a more peachy shade. It has more of this like corally undertone, which I like for the summer. It just makes you look a little bit more like fresh. But if you do like something with a little bit more of that mauvey undertone, which I do also prefer sometimes when I want to go for a more natural look, there is Poker Face, which you can totally still get. It's also from the Chisel It range, and it comes with a nice mauvey toned blush. But I really like this corally one as well. I'm going to take the highlighter, and I'm just going to apply that to the highest point. I changed to a smaller brush just because you want it to just be focused on the highest point of your cheekbone, and this way it will just emphasize that structure. You love it? What's the price? The price is $1,095, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's $1,250. But it does have a 15% sale right now if you buy from the lifestyle website or their stores. Until the 23rd, you guys can get a flat 15% off of the full MyGlamm range. So you can see it a lot better on this side. Again, I'm just focusing most of the product right on that highest point of my cheekbone. Again, you'll be able to feel this bone if you don't know exactly where to place your highlighter. So another question I get a lot is where to place the highlighter. So you'll be able to feel the highest point of your bone, and you want to really emphasize most of the product there. And then once there's like less product on your brush, you want to just start blending that out. I like to take a little bit up in my brow bone right now. And again, it will just enhance those features. And whatever's left over, I like to kind of just take across. But I don't do this too much because, again, I like to keep it really natural. I did use a little bit of my Total Makeover FF palette. It's actually right here. I used a little bit of the red orange concealer underneath my eyes to cancel out any of that darkness. And that way it gives me a nicer, even finish when I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to move on to my eyes now, and I'm going to keep it really simple. Again, I think the eye thing is very, very like preferential based, but the way I like to keep it really simple is I like to go in with this bright pink. I like to go in with the tiniest amount, and this way it'll just brighten up my eye and bring a little attention there. So I'm using the tiniest amount. It is a very, very bright pink, but if you just use a little bit and then tap off a little bit on the back of your hand, and then just take some in your lower lash line, like that. Oh yeah, that side I didn't tap off. Look at how bright it is. But I just like it because it just adds this like really nice lightness to the eyes. I'm just gonna go over with my finger. Again, your fingers are really nice tools. They're really warm, and they just help blend any excess product. They help remove excess product that don't need to be there. It just really helps. Now I'm going to take a blending brush. This is a MyGlamm blending brush. I'm going to take that same pink and put it in my crease first. Again, it's just going to soften up the eye look before I go in with browns and stuff. It's just going to soften all of this up. I know it's looking very pink right now, but just bear with me. It will just make it look a lot more blended. You want to connect that lower lash line and that top crease as well, right in the edges, so everything, again, should look really nice and together. I'm trying to go as fast as possible. This is my fastest makeup routine, 100%. Now I'm going to go in with a tiny shader brush, and I'm going to go in with this matte brown up in the top corner, and this is what's going to help define my eyes. So I'm going to put some right here on the outer lash line. Right, and this way, as you can see, just deepens up that lash line, and then it makes my lashes look like they're a lot more fuller, and they'll just help define them. So I'm doing the same on this side, and that pink is just there to make this all look really blended, and this way you don't have to spend a bunch of time blending out your eyeshadow, which is what I'm looking for, because I want to make sure that there's no harsh lines, but I also don't want to spend like 20 minutes trying to blend out harsh lines. So the best way to do that is go in a little bit of it at a time. Go in with the lighter color before as well, because again it will just help soften out the edges a lot faster. And as you can see, it's just helping define this outer crease, and this side just has like no definition up there, so that's what you want. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. I'm just taking it on my outer lash line and connecting it up, and then that harsh line I'm going to go in with that blending brush that I used earlier in the crease, and then just blend that in to the rest of that pink. That way that pink won't show up at all anymore. That pink is totally gone. And then that way, there we go. So the only other thing I really like to do is highlight at this point. Well, this is my favorite part. So I love this center color. I also really like this purple holographic foil, but I'm not going to use it today, but I do always use it. But this is a really nice natural inner corner highlight. So I like to put some of that in there. I'll show you guys on this side. This side highlights really show. It just looks really beautiful. And then it just kind of opens up the centers of your eyes, makes you look a lot more awake. And then the next little trick that I really think makes a difference, I like to take some on my finger, and I'm just gonna pat that on the center of my lid. And then I'm going to take a different finger and just kind of blend that in. And I don't want it to be too intense on the inner corner, because then this way it just really makes your lid pop and it just highlights that area a lot. And oops, I used the wrong finger. Take a different finger and just blend out the edges. If you learn one thing from this live, just make sure that blending is important. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So in the center I'm going to place a bunch of this highlight, and then I'm just going to take a different finger and blend it out. So that way the most intense highlight areas are the inner corner and the center of the eye, but there's still no like gaps or weird areas. Thanks Sejal for enjoying this. I hope you guys try this look out. Okay, so the last thing that's there for the eyes, because that eye look was super simple, the only thing that's left is to define this lash line. So I am gonna go in with my brown Jet Set eyes. I chose the brown one because I just want it to be a little bit more natural. I don't want it to look like it's there. I also really do love a brown eyeliner moment. I do still have the black one next to me, but I just think this looks a lot more softer, and it still just looks like it's gonna define your lashes. So I like to look down and then just kind of take this across the outer edge of my lash line, and this way it just glides on really nicely, and you get this really nice definition right on the outside, and it just kind of lifts up the outer edge of your eye. I think this is my favorite type of eyeliner. And again, the brown is just there because I want it to be really smoky and really light and not be seen at all. So now I'm going to take a different shade of brush, and I'm just going to blend over those areas. Because again, I just wanted to lightly lift my outer lash line without it looking like I have eyeliner on. And also this is the easiest way to put on eyeliner, because I hate spending a lot of time trying to get it even and stuff. So a smoky liner is the best way to go. I just like to lift it out. You can kind of use your lower lash line as the guide to like lift it in that outer area. You don't want to go too far because it's not a full-on wing. But again, it's just gonna like lift that area. The price of our Jet Set eyes is 750 rupees. But again, make sure if you're going to the lifestyle store before the 23rd, you can get it at 15% off. And that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave my eye makeup. And I'm gonna show you guys my lipstick real quick. I love this lipstick trick. So this is Two Broke Girls. Just gonna apply it a little bit around the edges. So again, it's just like your natural lip color, but a little bit more enhanced. I like to use my finger when you use your finger to put on your lipstick and it kind of goes into your ridges, it does end up lasting a lot longer. And I chose the Lit Satin Matte Lipstick because I love the way it feels. You want to feel really comfortable, but it also lasts really long. So it's just like a really cool in-between, because like the satininess is like really nice and comfortable, and then the matteness makes the lipstick pigment last a lot longer. The shade of this lipstick is Two Broke Girls. So again, I just used the tiniest amount, and you saw how much I blended that out. And then I go back into my Reverie palette and take this matte shade, and I put this in the center of my lip. And as you can see, like compared to the bottom, it just kind of gives it a little bit more of this pout. It mattifies the center, making it last a lot longer, and it kind of gives it like a little bit of that ombre effect, and it just enhances your lip a little bit. It's my favorite trick. And if you really wanted to like over define your lips, you could go in with a darker lip liner around the edges, like blended from our lid collection, and it'll just make it look a lot more enhanced and just like give you this really like nice pouty juicy looking lips. So that is it for my look. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I'm gonna go through and look at some questions, so if you guys have any, please put them in the comments now. I'm gonna look for makeup questions. Boomy Mara, yeah, I think you're talking about the eyeshadow on the lipstick, and I do think it just gives that like little bit of extra, like, you know, difference to your lips. Lipstick is the best part of makeup. Yeah, I think so also. The shade of the lipstick, again, it's in the shade Two Broke Girls. Okay, so I can't keep going up because I can't see any other questions, but I hope you guys enjoyed this live. If you have any other questions, please DM Lifestyle on their social media pages. They will 100% answer you back. My name is Resham, and I'm from MyGlamm. Again, the lipstick shade is the shade Two Broke Girls from the Lit Satin Matte collection. Tips for a natural makeup look. So I just created this makeup look, and it is going to be on the Lifestyle IGTV and also on MyGlamm's IGTV if you guys wanted to go back and watch it and, you know, figure out how